Rise and reach for the stars, my sweet Pisces. You know, as a Scorpio, a triple Scorpio. Oh, Pisces, you're my soulmates. You really, truly are. And by the way, I'm Bernadette, and, and I'm here for your Pisces tarot reading in February 2020. Now, listen, if there was ever a zodiac sign born for the month of love, which is February, it's Pisces. You love love, you love to be in love, you love to think about love, you are love, you're just so generous and kind and sweet. And oftentimes really not too sure of yourself, right? Because you've got the upwards fish and the downwards fish, and that can cause friction and a lot of different things. And it can make balance, it can, but mostly you're like up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. That I have known a lot of Pisces, and even though I know what I know about astrology, I will tell you that I've made the study of zodiac signs and their personality traits and characteristics it's a particular fascination of mine, because you see, it all starts with the animal. Even in Libra, where you think, well, that's not an animal, it can be equated to all of the balance animals, which are animals that are dual tone, like panda bears that are black and white, penguins that are black and white, zebras that are black and white. And it can be any color. It just doesn't have, it doesn't have to be just black and white. And then when we get to Gemini, which is, the twins, and then you get to Virgo, which is the virgin, then you're still talking about humans, but humans are animals after all. So why I'm going into all of this, Pisces, is oftentimes Pisces can have maybe not the greatest sense of confidence, but this month is going to push you towards developing that in yourself, because you've got very important work to do in this world. And this is not the time. It's not that it's not the time for you to be unconfident. The opposite really should be your focus, which this is the time for you to find your confidence, find your strength. Because the Raven card, the Magician, is who is out for you this month. Not out for you like coming for you, but who has appeared for you. Let me make that sound not quite so ominous. Okay, now I read with my own award-winning, history-making Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, which marries the power and the strength and the medicine of all the animal allies with the power and the strength and the amazing energy of all the archetypes in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. So consequently, what happens is, in that, when a person is read for or reads with the Arcanimal, tarot, man, their readings are super intense, because it's a marriage of all of the natural world with the all of the symbolic meaning and the myths and the archetypes that man has made up, and you've just got this amazing marriage of both sides of the coin, if that makes sense. Although there is a third side to a coin, that's the part that goes around the middle, but you see where I'm going. So when we talk about the Raven as the Magician for Pisces, for this particular tarot reading in February, we're talking about you stepping into a power and a strength, and owning a power and a strength that you've always had, but have maybe been not quite so confident to use it. And what I mean is this. Even if you just take a look at the Raven that is the Magician, this particular Raven wanted to be the Magician, because if you look at the line, it's as above, so below. And if you take a look at the traditional meanings of the Rider-Waite Tarot, what you'll see is a magician standing there with one thing held above his head, right? And then the other arm is pointing down with an actual pointing of his finger down. And again, that's the as above, so below sentiment. There's so much that is being called for you at this time to create your own alchemy, to have the willpower to manifest whatever you want, that people, if you'll step into that energy, if you'll step into that power, people are going to start looking at you going, okay, that doesn't seem like that person manifested that or made that happen. It seems like not even believable, because it's so magical. My brethren and my sister in Pisces, that's you this month. if indeed you will step into it. Now, when you've got a really unique way of seeing things, like the raven, because anytime you're talking about a bird, you're calling in bird energy, which is all about seeing the big picture, seeing things that other people can't see, because all birds can go higher. Okay, emus, maybe not so much, and ostriches, maybe not so much. They're not really flyers. The cassowary, they're not a flying bird. But even when you get down to peacocks who can fly, um, and turkeys who can fly, it's still bird energy. And so you're able to get above, you're able to use that energy or work with that energy or be in a relationship with that energy such that you can see above and again see things that other people can't see. But that's very much like the story of the raven granting prophecy to Odin, because it's a hard-won wisdom and intuition that you have that are often born, it's born of crises, the need for recovery, reconnection, transformation. This is going to be an intense month. It's going to test your resolve. And yet it's so important. It's just such an important time for you to remember that you're walking the path of a mystic. Scorpios and Pisces, if they're doing nothing else on this earth, they're trying to find the perfect love. They're trying to give the perfect love, receive the perfect love, and they're walking the path of mystics. That's why their lives, by and large, are like up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. With Pisces, it's up, it's down with the Pisces. And then with Scorpio, it's about death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Okay. As a messenger from the ancestral and spiritual realms, Raven is going to remind you that things aren't always what they seem at first, which you have an intuitive knowing of. But you may be in a place as a Pisces where you've had so many crises and bumped up against so many walls. You just want to be in the flow and you just want everything to go smoothly. Okay. But the Magician connects with Raven in my deck, and that's going to remind you of the need to keep focused rather than the distractions that are trying to tempt you. So even if you're being pulled to look one way that looks shiny or looks easier, that's a distraction. The greatest temptations can often come as a result of an emotional pull that you have to respond to each and every conflict in the world around you, often more so the trauma of others than your own. Yet reacting is not the same as healing, and that's what you crave. You crave to heal the world. You crave to be just that sweet balm that is put all over Mother Gaia and in Mother Gaia and given to everybody free of charge so that everybody can be healed and happy and healthy. That's your greatest desire, right? Or one of them. But, this month your ruling planet Neptune continues through your sign of Pisces, and this can lead you to connect with your higher spirituality. That's got to be the focus. That's got to be the crucial time when you practice discernment. Don't be turning your head at every crisis. Don't let Raven, call on Raven to stay focused, because Raven is a truly magical bird and can help you stay focused. The Magician tarot card can definitely help you stay focused, because when you're creating alchemy, you've got to be right there in the mix of everything that's going on, so that every little step you take, every little tincture, every little thing that you blend into your alchemic process can bond together, work together, become melded into one, and poof, you've got that healing salve, the universal worldwide healing salve or ointment or balm that you've always wanted to be able to gift the world, in whatever that means to you. So don't fall into the ravens who are like, ooh, shiny, and they go pick up, something that's shiny. And definitely, don't allow yourself to be the inverted magician, which I don't think you will, because this card came up right for you this time. Don't go down a, one magician to rule them all kind of thing. Let these two help you sort through to find the treasures and recognize that those treasures amongst the bright and shiny things and part of that could be your ego, that are on your path at the moment. Now, there's a lot going on for you, Pisces, astrologically, and the most relevant transits for you will be Moon's trine to Neptune around the 4th, The moon in Scorpio, again, right? We're soulmates. That makes a favorable aspect to Neptune, and this can be a time of greater psychic awakening and healing for yourself. So by the time you're on the spiritual path, you're doing this awakening, you're doing healing with inside of yourself. When you get to the other side of February, my gosh, especially if you're in a healing profession of any kind, or you're a psychic, a divination person of any kind, listen, you might even find that if you're playing a joke on somebody about just a fortune telling kind of thing, where you're just like, yeah, I'm the fortune teller, blah, blah, blah. Be very careful, because truths are going to come tumbling out of your mouth, just like you're the greatest psychic of all time. And that can even stem over into your personal life. So be vigilant about what words come out of you, because you've got the power of the Magician behind you this month. You've got the power of Scorpio in you this month, and Moon in Scorpio, which is the emotions and drawing down the moon. You've got Raven, and they are amazing communicators. So just take a second, third, fourth, and fifth look at that, because a stubborn square between Neptune and the moon's north node in Gemini is going to persist. And Gemini are the communicators. That's going to start from the beginning of February and roll through till about the 25th. You're going to want to be taking a really serious look at your sense of destiny. But that may be challenged by a longing to remain comfortable, or maybe even hide a bit in the spiritual, rather than drawing on the spiritual or creative traits within yourself to help you navigate through these challenges. So be careful that you don't go into that dream world that Pisces can so easily go into, and be really mindful of the temptation to use any kind of stimulants or anything that you might need to recover from or go into recovery from to help take you to those dream worlds. Be very careful about that this month, okay? Then following after the 20th, where the sun enters your sign and gives you like this creative and spiritual connection, like a boost. After the 25th, Venus is going to enter your sign. Your love life may be crazy enhanced. And the end of the month brings even greater growth in love, romance, creativity, and you might even attract, because remember, you're the Magician this month. You're you're Pisces, right? That's your birth totem. That's your animal. But your archetype is, the Magician. And whatever you start to want to attract, romantic love, love with family, love of a career, love of self, bringing more love to your finances, you're going to be able to go about those things more creatively than normal, and you're going to attract things, manifest these things more than normal, more than average, I would say. Then around the 27th, the full moon in Virgo, okay, that involves an opposition between the moon and sun in your sign of Pisces, and that is a perfect time to seek balance, get those fish in balance, get the as above, so below in balance. And in your perspective, Raven is an animal ally, because this really is talking about things that are going to bring everything into balance with you, but in especially your perspective. So Raven can be really instrumental in helping you with that task, and you may become carried away with fantasies, but the moon in Virgo will help settle your emotions and ground your focus in the details of the here and now. And that's going to be super crazy helpful for you, so that you don't feel so out of balance this month as you normally can feel. And as all of that magic starts to like work together in this great, concoction, this tincture that you're making, I can't wait for you to write in the comments and tell me all of the amazing magical things that happen for you in this month, February, an illustrious, auspicious month for Pisces. So I will see you next month. Thank you for tuning in. Please pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as always, Pisces, you keep reaching for those stars.